Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the NICE-POWER brand. Their adjustable DC power supply goes 0 to 30 volts and it has a current of 0 to 5 amps. They're both fully adjustable. It's a variable switching regulated high precision power supply. Has 4 digits LED display and it included 5 volts 2 amp USB port, which is nice. And it includes the output test leads and the input power and some documentation we're going to show. It has an instruction manual, it has a certificate that shows that they tested it, and then it has a 1-year warranty, and it has a little sheet how to adjust current without a load, and we're going to be testing all those functions. This company will also respond within 24 hours on the Amazon messaging system if you have any questions about this product. Now this is high precision, has low ripple, which means it doesn't have a lot of noise on the outputs right here, even up to 5 amps at 30 volts. So that's a really good power supply range for a lot of testing. And it has an accuracy of 0.01 volts and 0.001 amps. And the backlit 4-digit LED display gives you higher resolution. It's easily viewed even in low light or bright light conditions. Has adjustable constant voltage, constant current indicator. We're going to be testing that, which is handy when you're doing a lot of circuit testing. It's FCC certified, so that you know that it's safe to put in your lab, your basement shop. Also passed CE certification, which is a great thing. It has over voltage, over current, overheating protection, leakage protection. And you can even use it for lithium polymer battery charging in laboratories, schools, electronic maintenance. I use it in my lab right here where I do some product testing and research. This is very lightweight. I was really impressed how light it was. And because of the fact that the switching supply, there's no big analog power supply on there, so they end up with a really light product. It's about 3.3 by 9.4 by 6.1 inches, and the weight, as I was saying, only weighs 2.6 pounds. Now equivalent analog supply would be about 6 pounds, so it's really nice. You can take it with you. And it has an intelligent cooling fan in the back we're going to show, and that port that I mentioned, and it has the working temperature of 122 degrees Fahrenheit it can go up to. And that fan is turned on intelligently. It will reduce the internal temperature of the electronics. This company does a quality check, and as I mentioned, you have a 1-year warranty, and they will get back to you within 24 hours. Here I have the power supply plugged in, and I have the test leads placed on that are included on the minus and the plus, and I have it across a 12 volt 50 watt bulb. These are used in campers and things like that. It works off of 12 volts. And I'm going to show you how this works. So you have a course voltage right there, and you can see as I drop the voltage, the light dims and the wattage drops down just like you'd expect. And it shows you the current that's going through there. And as you raise it, you can see the current goes up to almost 4 and about 49 watts. So you see it's a 50 watt bulb, and that allows you to test it out. And then of course you got current control, fine and coarse. I could drop the current down, and then you see what happens. The voltage drops down accordingly because it went to constant current mode. So you do have a full selection of what you're testing, and that's what you want. So let's say you wanted to adjust the constant current mode on this power supply. So drop the voltage below 5 volts. I have it at 4.9 volts. Then take the leads and short them together. And then you see you have a current right there. So I could use the current right here. It's on constant current mode. And let's say I just want to put 1.5 amps right there, and I can adjust it to 1.5 right there. And now it's going to be in constant current mode. So now when I apply a load to it, you can see it's only supplying 1.5 amps to the bulb. And of course that's not enough to light it up, but it allows you to safely put a fixed amount of current into a device when you first test it. I want to point something out that's kind of important. There is a ground right there that's separate from the minus and the plus, and that is electrically connected to the earth ground. And I'm going to demonstrate that right here. I have a multimeter set to ohms. If I put this there and I touch the minus, you see nothing happens, or the plus. So that is literally just earth ground. So here I have a very accurate multimeter, and I want to show you that it matches the voltage there on the voltmeter, and that's nice. Always gives you some confidence that you have an accurate amount of voltage being displayed here. And here I'm testing the USB port, and you could charge anything that uses USB type A, 2 amps at 5 volts. Here I'm just charging an LED work light, but anything could be charged. That's a nice handy feature that it has. Now on the back of the unit, there's where the 120 volts comes in and the ground, and you'll notice there's a little fuse symbol right there, and you could pop that off and you can actually get access to the fuse if you want to change it. Here is the power switch right there, 0 and 1, and then there is a fan that's only going to come on when it exceeds a certain internal temperature. So I want to explain that these terminals have thumb screws on there. You could open them up so you can put a wire right on there, or you could use the included connector. So either way will work fine. So here's an example. I'm charging a 7 amp hour, 8 amp hour gel cell by putting the included leads on the plus and the minus. Then I could adjust the voltage and the current. I can see how many watts are going into the battery. So there's a case where that wattage is really nice to see, because you can see that that wattage will slowly drop down as the battery reaches that voltage, and the current will drop also. So it's real nice having a display. You can see what's going on when you're charging a battery. So I've opened up the power supply. I have the covers off so we can see the quality of the electronics in here. This is the top view, and this is the side view, and you can see all the electronics there. The power supply has the transformers that raise the voltage, these drop the voltage, and then it switches it, and then the front electronics controls the display right there. And you can see it's all nicely laid out, and on the back you can see the computer fan and the input voltage and the power switch and where that fuse block is. And on the back you'll notice there is a very large heatsink where they've got all those components going to that generate heat, and then of course the fan will blow air through that to keep it cool. So overall this is a very neat and clean setup, and it gives me confidence that this is going to be very functional and last a long time. So after testing this power supply, what do I think about the NICE-POWER brand, their adjustable DC power supply? This is a nice product. I love the fact that it displays watts, current, voltage. You got constant voltage, constant current mode, fine adjustments, coarse adjustments, the USB port on there. So this is really nice. So here's an example that I showed earlier. It's a 50-watt bulb, and I can control the voltage, and I can see the actual current going through there, and I could just increase it to where I want it to be. So this is a really cool product. It seems to be very stable. I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating. Please remember, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to alert you new video uploads. And if you like this review, please hit the like button. I hope the information I presented helped you with your buying decisions. Thanks for watching.